We have a proper quorum, and we need to approve the minutes from the June 20th regular meeting. Do I have
Make
a
a motion to accept the minutes as read.
I second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. First order of business will be the monthly council meeting. I think Donna.
Good evening. It's good to see you all here tonight. We'll first look at the June 2011 monthly report. As you notice, our frequencies and our attendance for all of our programs are staying very up. The numbers are. Our revenue is coming in. You will notice that there are some zero amounts in some of the revenue. We've talked about this before, that some of them pay at certain times of the month where it does not show up. Some of them even go for like 2 months before they make a payment, and then you will see a large amount because it depends on their frequency. The Duck Race in June, this is a program that we partner with the library. It's always a fun time. We had about 300 children and adults in attendance there, and if you were there, it was a great time. If you were not, what we did is we lined the ditch of the in front of the library, and then we filled it up with water, and they raced these little bitty rubber ducks down, and of course we did not let them get in the storm water. We would not do that. Summer camp for the month of June, we had 492. And if you look at our visitors in the park, that was 22,578 vehicles. You would multiply that by 2.5 in order to get your people. Do you have any questions about June? Okay, we'll go on to July, and quickly, our frequency and our attendance of all of our programs have remained high. The Civic Auditorium and the Multipurpose Building are very busy during the summer with different events going on. Summer camp, again, our attendance was high, and I would like to take this moment since we have a volunteer sitting in our audience. Harrison did an awesome job this summer volunteering, and if it's okay, Chairman, could Harrison come up
Absolutely.
and just wave at the camera, and let's give him a hand.
I think Harrison's doing his homework right there.
Harrison volunteered almost every day of summer camp, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day, and that is an amazing feat. So we appreciate
job.
you very much. Good job, Harrison. We had our July 4th picnic, and I believe we'll be talking about that more a little bit later on. And our visitors in the park for July was 13,841, and again, that was vehicles multiplied by 2.5 to get your people. Any questions?
Okay. We'll move on to old business. Again, we will talk about our patriotic picnic in the park, which I believe, of course, is our first annual patriotic picnic in the park, and I believe the first one was a great success. I think we started feeding somewhere around 5 o'clock, and we didn't stop feeding until probably about 8 o'clock. And other than hot dogs, I think we ran out of everything that we had. And again, I think the total number was about 3,000 that showed up for it. Pyro shows really did an excellent job. Again, supported by volunteers, everyone from Parks and Rec Advisory to some city employees, to Box 100, Laverne Rescue. Again, it was a real team effort, and it was really great. A lot of great comments afterwards. So looking forward to next year, and maybe our workshop will sit down and talk about some things next month that worked for us and things that maybe didn't, and try to improve upon it every year. Any comments about our patriotic picnic in the park?
I just agree with yours, that it was really well attended, and I hope it goes on every year. It really brought the community together.
Now,
I'm not sure how we could advertise it a little better this time or next year.
certainly, I think word of mouth will get out now that we have it, and we're going to start this as a tradition that it'll be people will be used to coming here. But again, maybe that's something we look at, whether it would be more commercials on Channel 3 or whatever. But we'll talk about that maybe next month. But on a side note, Bruce and the vice mayor was here. He just stepped out, but these guys cooked about 15,000 hot dogs in about 2 hours. So it was incredible.
You were there too, Tom.
Well,
Much work.
I was just trying to keep up with y'all, but you did great. So, all right. Anything else on that? All right. We'll move on to another event that was about a year in the making, but again, I think was very successful. Was our Tim Kirsch Memorial. Finally got the stone in and got all the family that could be there and an open date. And again, everyone go by the rock garden at the USSSA field heading into it. I really think the stone turned out 100 times better than I think anyone expected. I think it was great for the family. Obviously, this man, as we've talked about several times, was a real asset to the community, and the people that showed up a year and a half after he passed was remarkable. We sat around and talked about him a little bit and poked fun at him and just had some fun with it, and it was a good way to memorialize Tim and again come together as a Laverne family. But,
Went well.
so, and I thank y'all again that showed up. That y'all are at all the events, and I appreciate it. So. This last Friday night was our Howl at the Moon 5K run, which I think was, again, another tremendous event. I think close to 300. I think it was maybe 280 or 290 as far as the actual entrance. Just weather was just about right, 80 degrees, a little humid, but those of us that run, we made it through. And so many volunteers again, Box 100, Parks and Rec. Donna helped me out. I mean, there were so many people standing out there. I think on just about every corner, from veterans all the way to City Hall and back, there were.
Laverne
Absolutely.
Police certainly were
Absolutely.
very active.
Medical personnel, Chris Farmer came out and he actually helped out a lady who was dehydrated. And our firemen, Box 100, just lots of people. And I would like to say, this year, because we did not have an athletic coordinator in place, it was kind of a team effort, but a lot of the work fell on Kim Smathers, and Kim did an excellent job gathering the information, getting it together, going out finding door prizes. She did a little bit of everything, and that turned out to be a whole lot, and we do appreciate all the hard work she put into it.
And does a great job on each job. Nothing unusual for Kim.
I would like to comment on that. I was out directing traffic, as I do every year. There's a lot of local people that work at Kmart and other places. I'm wondering if we can't make up a sign or something, maybe a week prior, to let the people know that this is going to happen Friday night at 8 o'clock. If they have to be to work at 8 o'clock, there's other ways to get to Kmart and
Right.
to the other businesses there, rather than coming down Murfreesboro Road. And I got a lot of people that were really upset. They just
Okay.
threw up their arms and didn't understand, why are you doing this? And, well, it's a community fun thing to do. And we are pleased to do it. We do it every year about this time of the year. So we're going to be doing it next year. But if we could get something up in advance, I think that would help traffic. Because traffic is just bumper to bumper,
Right.
all the way down to the police station, all the way back up Madison, where they come out. It's bumper to bumper, and people are just poking along.
Does our Parks and Rec have one of those electric signs?
We do
like-
not, but I believe in our 5-year plan, we have asked for a portable sign. I believe it's next fiscal year, so hopefully by next
That
year,
we'll have
we'll
one.
have that, which again, I agree would probably detour traffic where
Yeah.
you're not having cars sitting forever.
Right.
So,
And Mr. Bob, what we usually do, after any event that we have like this, our director usually has what she calls a hot wash, where we go over and we talk about all of these things. And so we definitely will add that to our list
Right,
of things
okay.
that we need to look for next year.
Okay,
And we will put that in, and we appreciate you bringing it up because you were the one on the front lines
Yeah.
seeing the frustration.
yeah,
So thank you.
you're welcome. I enjoy doing things for the city.
One more thing I want to say, and it's getting to kind of be, again, another tradition, is everybody from the city is coming out. I mean, everybody from our department heads, our public work director, who now is our police chief, again, was up and down the road.
Yeah. You work too, weren't you? I thought I seen you.
I was there, yes, sir. But again, I'm just kind of saying that, again, we're really we're doing some things as a team, and I think it's really showing in the success that we're having with these. So, again, thank you to all the city employees and all the volunteers.
And thank our director that just walked in, because how many years have you been doing this now?
Several.
This was what year have we been doing this? What
We
makes
had
it?
t-shirts going back to '04, I believe.
It's about
We-
7
we-
years.
We had done the Old Timers Day 5K, and then I think it was either 2004 or 2005, we turned it into the Howl at the Moon, the night run.
It's not going to be the same without hearing that howl of yours, so you better come back as you promised. So.
Yes, sir.
Guys, anything further on old business? Any of the three comments? New business, something we've talked about now for 2 months, and I believe we are going to partner with the new Laverne Garden Club. And I want to say at our workshop we talked about doing right out here in front of City Hall. We're going to kind of beautify the area there with some flowers and such. I think we still have to get with Richard Long as far as a date, but hopefully here within this month we'll contact everybody again as far as just starting each month doing some sort of beautification project. Keep everyone up to speed. Again, we are going to hit certain areas, probably starting with a lot of our city properties, whether it be just cleaning up or planting flowers or trimming some shrubbery or whatever. That's what we're going to do, just again to kind of spruce up the town and start taking pride in it. So I think our first stop is going to be here at City Hall, and we may be here a month or so, but then we'll move on from there. But anything on that, guys?
I have a Boy Scout Eagle project that I'd like to see Laverne be involved in. Do we have anything that you need done, that you would like to see done? Maybe something in the back, cemetery back there in the back, at our,
We will definitely, we usually keep a running list, and we don't have anything on that list right now for Eagle Scout projects, but we will definitely put our heads together and see if we can come up with a few.
he's due by November, December.
Okay.
So because if you don't come with me, he's gonna go outside. You go to Smyrna or Nashville or Antioch or somewhere, and I'd like to keep him here in Laverne.
I believe we could come up with something by then. So, thank you. And again, along the lines of volunteers, guys, there's several things that we are going to do. Again, we just talked about 3 in old business that we require volunteers. And next month, coming up with Old Timers Day, Old Timers Festival, we are going to ask for volunteers. And there's a lot of people that have stepped up, and even if it's for a couple hours in parking or picking up trash or whatever, we'll church groups, Boy Scouts. Again, we'll take anybody.
So you want the Boy Scouts to meet on Friday night? It's gonna start Friday, isn't it?
It's gonna. Well, actually, the amusement rides are in Thursday night, right? And then Friday.
So it's
Saturday,
gonna
Sunday.
start. It's gonna start Thursday.
Thursday, yes, sir.
When do you want Box 100 there?
Well, I tell
'Cause
you.
I came up to the meeting the other night when I was here, and nobody knew.
I tell you, well, we're meeting weekly as far as Kathy Tyson is the chairman of our Old
Okay.
Timers Committee, and I'm pretty certain we'll get the word out to y'all where
Okay.
exactly where the holes that we need and
Okay.
can be filled. So.
And if you need Boy Scouts, let me know, and
Yes,
I'll
sir.
I'll get some of them involved in that if possible.
Okay.
A lot of them during the summer months, they have certain things that they do. They've already been on their summer camp, so they usually camp out pretty often too.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. Anything else along the lines of the beautification project, or?
Do we have set projects beyond the city hall entrance? Do we got other?
Well, I think what we spoke about doing was each workshop finding a new place, and then setting a date to actually work on again, we'll knock off in front of City Hall here, and the next month we may vote on, again, we've talked about the roundabout or certain areas of Stones River Road or Murfreesboro Road that are maybe trash ridden or whatever. But each month we're gonna hit this, I guess, as long as weather permits. So, two more items of new business. And we have our new athletic coordinator here. I want to introduce to everybody Daryl Lane. He came from Jasper. I think he has about 18 years of experience in Parks and Rec. Man, I learned in the hallway here that he's done just about everything from the athletic side to the maintenance side. So, Daryl, want to say a few words? Or?
Just excited about being here. Everybody's been, nice to help me, and I've been full of questions, and so just trying to get adjusted and fit in and see what I can do.
I think Daryl was also out there Friday night, and he was working pretty hard.
Had a good time. It was fun.
So glad to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I think we hired a new maintenance supervisor since our last regular meeting, so I want to just announce it for everyone to know. A.C. Davis, who was actually promoted through the ranks. He's been with Parks and Rec for a few years. Another one that we're very, very excited about, just tremendous team player. You have a job to do. I think everyone knows in the city now that AC will get it done for you, and just really, really, really happy with the way Parks and Rec is coming together, with the exception of where I was going to head here in a few minutes, but we'll move on to some upcoming events and we'll talk about it. Again, Old Timers Festival is September 15th through the 18th. Again, Thursday night, our carnival rides will be up and going. Then we'll start the actual festival on Friday night. Found out a little bad news. TSSAA scheduled the Smyrna Laverne game on our first night of Old Timers Festival. So again, we'll kind of be competing with that. But good news with it, the mayor and Kathy Tyson met with Principal Ash, and they're going to actually promote the event. So everybody that's going to be at that game, they're going to try to send our way. And again, the concert with the Wanna Beatles will go off probably about 10 o'clock that night, and so it'll be a late night on Friday. But again, we'll be back up early with the parade on Saturday, and we'll go all Saturday and Sunday as well. Events for everybody, food vendors, just, again, carnival, some kids events. Again, a week earlier, we're going to have our pageant, everything from Little Miss, and Mister, which is 3 and 4, to, help me out here, I think it's, there's also like a middle school, Miss Laverne, and then a high school Miss Laverne, and then a senior, Mr. and Mrs. Laverne. So again, it's going to be all age groups, and it's going to be a week earlier at Laverne Middle, except the senior event will be at the senior center, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So sign up. If you want a application, I think you can get it at oldtimersfestival.com, or again, contact any of us, and we'll make sure we get one too. So questions along the lines of comments along the lines of Old Timers Festival?
What's the phone number? If somebody wants to come in, call in and ask questions, it would be 793.
Well, they can call 793-6295 and ask for Kathy Tyson, or you can call 394-2821. They can call me. So
a lot of information on our website too, especially regarding the pageants. I know I read about that. I believe it was on the Laverne website, the official website. So.
Well, good, so our website's populated, lots of ways.
Yep.
Good.
Yes. Really done a good job at that. Again, oldtimersfestival.com. Check it out. Everything from all the events to all the sponsors to parking and so on. So,
And are we promoting all of this on Channel 3?
yes, sir.
I've actually been amazed at the number of people who get Channel 3. I don't know, I guess it's just on cable, that you don't get it on Dish or any of those other ones. I think everyone that has cable has watched that. And it's a good source for information.
I agree.
Too bad we can't get it on the other channel.
I wonder what we have to do to get Dish to broadcast it, or
Something to do with, something about the city of Laverne, I think it is.
I'm not certain. Again, that may be something we
They
look
have
up.
to
But
register, like Comcast has to register with the city. I don't know all the details about it.
what we something to look into, because I think it would give us a lot more exposure.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on Dish, and what's the other one?
DirecTV.
DirecTV, yeah. There's a lot of people.
now, am I wrong? You can go to our website, which is lavernetn.gov, and you can actually, it's not live stream, but you can actually watch it from there as well for
Yes, yes.
people that don't have Comcast.
Good
It
point.
is live stream, it's the same thing that goes from here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good information.
There you go.
That really is, yeah.
All right, guys, the next workshop will be September 19th, the day after Old Timers Day, so we'll probably be all a little tired, but again, we'll be here at 6 o'clock. And then the next regular meeting will be October 17th at 6 o'clock. So, guys, I'm going to move on, and if you don't mind, I'm going to, I usually wait till last for my comment, but I'm going to start it tonight because I'm going to talk about our welcome our director back, and then at the same time tell her goodbye.
What?
Robin has accepted a job, the deputy commander. Is that, am I saying it right? Of what's the squadron?
118th Air Medical Evacuation Squadron.
Which is pretty prestigious. Robin talks about that. It was another passion of hers. And
Am I hearing this right?
you are.
Can you say it a little bit louder?
I don't want to say it again, but we're losing Robin, but we wish her well. I would say about 12 years I've worked with her. I think due to her leadership, there was a lot done in the park. I'm certainly going to miss you myself personally. I know the city will. We were certainly privileged to have you for all these years, and just please come back and see us, and so we're really going to miss you. So.
Thank you, Tom.
Are you
For
leaving
what?
Tennessee?
For whatever it's worth, I wish the city would give her a going away party.
Well, I
Can I get a
believe
second
I
on
believe
this?
they are.
I believe they are, and it is Tuesday.
Tuesday, August 23rd at the Civic Auditorium from 2 to 4 p.m.
Tuesday,
Tuesday, August 23rd
23rd,
at Civic Auditorium,
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
I have to take off early from work.
And please come by and wish her well and give her a hard time for leaving. And
Bring
be
a little
paid.
gift for her.
Yeah.
So that's next Tuesday.
It is. It's a week from tomorrow.
Well, let me just say that you have done some incredible things and your leadership has been just well received and you are definitely going to be missed.
Thank you very much.
Well, we kind of said a few comments, but Deb, I'm going to start with you tonight. If you have anything you want to add or anything.
I am a little out of order, and I'm sorry. I should have spoken up probably under old business. Under the July 18th notes for the Hurricane Creek, it says there would be a pre-construction meeting today, August 15th. Did that occur? Is there an update?
There, we had, there was a pre-construction meeting. What's the name of the company that?
Lawson Associates.
Yes, and they had, I think, on at our Mayor and Alderman, they came up and he was here. And yes, they've had that, and they believe that everything, they will get done within the 90 days.
Oh, good.
It did go a little higher. I want to say the estimate was something like 118 originally, and I think it went up maybe about $10,000 or $15,000 more, which again, that the city will incur that cost. Grant, it's an 80-20 grant, but the good thing is this grant has set out there. 2006 they applied, 2008 we awarded it, and so it's starting our projects. And once we get done with one, hopefully it'll lead to others, and we can put our greenway all the way together. And that was one of Robin's goals, and hopefully you'll come back and we'll take your original dream and we'll take it to completion. So,
Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Bruce.
Well, I want to reiterate what both you and Leanne said. Robin is the reason I'm on this board. I've had the pleasure of working with her for 4 or 5 years, helping Heritage Valley put that park together. And I was very pleased to see her at the Howl at the Moon. Immediately disappointed to find out I wasn't going to see her for too much longer. But I think she did commit that she's close where it's right here at the airfield, if I'm not mistaken. And that just because she's not working for the city of Vernon doesn't mean she won't still be at the city of Laverne events. And I look forward to seeing you continue. So thank you very much for everything you've done. I know how hard it's been and how challenging it's been.
Leanne.
Oh, I agree. Robin asked me to be on this committee, and I couldn't be more proud. So just want to say thank you for that opportunity. And you know, this is a difficult time because there's been a lot of activities and programs and leadership. So, but sad for us, great for you. But at the same time, good luck. I know you'll do great. And, just difficult information.
Bob.
Ladies first.
Laura.
Well, being the new one, I haven't got to spend a whole lot of time with you, but the little bit that I have has been amazing. You are wonderful, and I hope we continue to carry out the plans that you've set forth and make you proud. And I'm sad I won't get to spend more time with you, but maybe when you come back, you can, good job. And we will miss you a lot.
Absolutely.
I've missed her the most of the year. She's been out. Now she comes back. Now she's telling me she's going to leave. But I'm about to cry. She's very, it's going to be hard to replace her. She's very active. She's done a lot of programs for Laverne, more than any mayor that I know of. I've been living here for 20 years, and I've been on this for, I don't know how long, 6 or 7 years, or longer. Longer? 10 years? 11 years? 12? I don't know, I forgot. But you're going to be hard to replace. But as long as I'm on the board, I'll try to follow some of your directions that you have led us to go in. And we got a great director here that's brought in a lot of good ideas that over the years it's never been mentioned, and I didn't think about them, and they're good for the city. The 4th of July thing went off real well. I'm sorry that I wasn't here. My family insists that I go to Owensville. I've been going there for years and years. And I said, well, next year I'm going to be here. Because that's my roots right here. So I'll be here next year. And I don't know if this is a question for the parks. What's going on with Boardroom Road? I don't see any workers out there at the time. Is that an answer for the board? Or?
I can address it. I believe that there are some, last I heard there was a snag with CSX, which is the railroad. I believe they're just about to get that ironed out. Every once in a while you see people out there. Unfortunately,
there's no funds, is that?
That's not true. The funds are there, and the project will be completed.
Okay.
Now there were some bid problems, and just so everyone knows, this is not Parks and Rec. We're probably talking about this time next year. Originally, it was slated to be done this November. LoJack has asked for an extension, so I don't believe they've set the date yet, but I think everyone's kind of thinking that the TDOT's going to tell them next summer that it will be done by next summer. So you're right, Bob. Sometimes you go out there and you don't see anyone out there, and you wonder what's going on.
Then I hear people say, well, they're out of money.
Unfortunately, I think it's doing a lot of things. Number one, it's shutting down businesses on Walden Road
Right,
that
yeah.
could bring in money to them, could bring in tax revenue for the city. And again, it's slowing down anything that we're going to do retail down the road.
Right.
So, but the one thing, we're just as frustrated as anyone, because again, this is not it's not a city doing it. It's a state deal, and we're working with them and trying to get everybody to jump through their hoops and say, you know, we really need this done. But when it does get done, it's going to be a real positive thing for
Yeah,
Laverne.
it will.
So, but having said that, I want to say one more thing about Parks and Rec. Again, and I've tried for about 8 months to not be, because I have worked with y'all for about 12 years, not to be kind of biased that way. But again, every once in a while, I just want to just let y'all know what a great job everybody from Kim and Amanda do in the front to everybody knows how I feel about Donna, and again, just the whole crew. The guys are the hardest workers around. They'll get anything done, and I just want to say a thank you to everybody. Really a special department, and I'm just honored to be part of it. And if there's not anything else, then we will adjourn.